My name's John, welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, I've got the usual mix of machining, lathe work, mill work. I also do a little bit of casting. I cast a hand wheel for I think it's of a shaper machine for a friend of mine. I used that as a pattern and ended up making that one. My friend Mick came across and we've got quite a lot of video of the casting process. I'm going to post a video up just showing pure and simply the casting of that wheel. So in tonight's nightcap, probably the second part, I've got to get condensed 5 minutes, bit of video showing the highlights of casting that, and there will be a casting video put up probably next week. I finish off this 63 tooth gear. That was a tooth not fully formed. I finished that off, and I also make me 40 tooth gear, including brooch and the keyway. The whole gear was made from a blank. It was a blank and I cut off that. I don't know what sort of steel it is. I know it's hard and I know I won't be using it again unless I've really got to. So any more gear blanks I make, I'll buy steel that's decent to machine, appropriate for the job. I bought a gear off eBay. I bought a 120 tooth gear. It wasn't worth making one for what I paid for this. It's brand new, just got surface rust on it, still got the protective grease on it. So now I have the 120, the 63 and the 40 tooth. Using the gearbox on the lathe, I can cut any thread I want. Any imperial thread, any metric thread. I had several viewers commented last week that there was one of the teeth on the 63 tooth gear I made wasn't cut all the way through. Anyway, I've had a close look and sure enough, that tooth there, that one is not formed all the way through. I remember now stopping the milling machine to move the camera and I forgot to finish that tooth off. That's probably part of the trouble is when you're trying to machine something and do a video at the same time, you make mistakes. There's one other mistake on the gear as well. There's what appears to be a chipped tooth there. It's not actually a chipped tooth. That one. What happened was I turned the gear, indexed it around, and it wasn't fully disengaged from the cutting tool. That will not make any difference, that's here and there, but I will have to do something with that one there. I could just use a file and dress it, because it's only the last little bit, but I've still got the milling machine set up with a dividing head on it, so I'll put it back on and so I can pick the teeth up again and remachine it, just that one tooth. Right, I've remounted the gear in between centres. Everything's as it was, except I haven't tightened that one to lock the drive dog to the dividing head. So what I'll do now is I'll turn this and I'll re-engage the tooth of the gear cutter into one of the gear teeth on the gear. Then I can re-index it and remachine that one tooth. That's a cutter engaged there. Right, there's no play on the gear there, so that's it. Fully engaged in the tooth, so now I can lock up. Lock up the drive dog. So now the gear is once again connected to the index plate. Right. So we can turn this round, because I've got the gear on the other way around to what I had, but it shouldn't make any difference. Turn this round to the offending tooth, which is that one. Right, well, index and pins engaged. Right, so we'll start it up so we can cut that one tooth. that's it. Right, that was your fending tooth there, so that's now down to full depth. I'll get a close-up shot of that damaged tooth as well. That's it there. What I did, it wasn't fully disengaged from the gear cut and I tried to turn it. It's my fault, but that's not going to make any difference at all to the run of the gear. Just out of interest, I'll put this gear we've made into the gear train just to try, just to make sure the mesh is good. Put it on the bottom, you just want to change. Awfully tight them threads. I've done nothing about it yet. Right, we've got things running quite nicely now. Right, the lathe won't start up because it's got a switch on there to stop it from running when the gear case is open. I shouldn't really do this, but I'm going to keep the switch held in by hand just so I can show you the gear train running. Nothing the matter with that. The gears are noisy. They're always noisy, they're straight cut gears. That's just the backlash you can hear. We'll try it once more. A little bit of oil on them. Nothing the matter with that. Right, it's about to get out the original transfer gears in. We'll start it up again. So there's no more noise with those gears in than there is with the gear in our boat handmade. Right, we'll shut the door, we won't do that again. This is a blank for the 40 tooth gear we're going to make. This is final cut to get it down to size with this 3/4 inch stick. The steel machine quite nicely. The only trouble is I can't get the chips to break on it. It's making horrible long spinny bastards, so I do it right. Drill's blunt. That one's not. Yeah, this is my 3/4 inch drill. Right, we're looking for 8750. Right, that's within 10 thou there. I'll take one more cut, the spring pass without putting any more feed on. Right, we've got that at a reasonable fit. Next thing we're going to take it out the lathe, broach a keyway, slot into it, mount it back onto the arbor we've already made, and then machine the outside diameter of it. This is the blank for the 40 tooth gear I'm going to make. As you can see, it's too big. It needs mounting on the mandrel and machining down to the same diameter as that, which is 3 inches. Before I do that, I need to put a keyway down through the bore of the blank. To put a keyway in, use a tool like that. That's a broach. That pushes down and cuts the keyway. I need to make a guide to guide this nice and straight through the blank. This broach is 6mm and the keyway is actually 1/4, which means that the broach is too small. It's the only broach I've got, so I'll go with a 6mm broach and then just use the filers to file the edges out. Right, that's a decent finish. Chamfer both these edges now, part it off, and then we need to mill a slot down the centre for the broach to go into. I've machined an undercut there, so the blank goes right up against the face. Right, we've got our bush made, which is a nice fit in our gear blank. What we need now is a slot milling down through there, which is a good fit on the broach. The broach is .2350. Sorry, where did the .2 bit come from, your bell end? Right, the broach is .350, 350 thousandths. So we need a slot machine in there, 350 thou, and it needs to be 350 375, 385 deep. Right, there's a little lip on there where it was machined. We'll forget about that bit, we'll start there. Right, that's pretty good. Set my 0 again. Right, so that's pretty good. So now we'll line level that way and that way. Tighten the base up and we'll check it again. Very tight in the vise. Right, so there's no movement that way. No movement that way, so we're ready to machine the slot. I haven't got to cut, a little do this in one cut, so what I'll do, I'll cut the slot down to full depths and then take a piece off each side till I get the correct width. Just touch it off. It's there. Zero or Z axis. This is a brand new carbide cutter. It's cutting this stuff, no problem at all. Right now we need to open out the cut and even them out each side. We need 23.5 off each side. I've dialed one side in already. Right, this should be our last cut. Right, that's what they call the dog's bollocks. That's pretty good. We're down to the correct depth, which is just below. Excellent. Right, so now we've got our tool to line up the brooch. The brooch fits in there like that. It's pressed through, the brooch is tapered, so as it goes through, it cuts the keyway. You take it out again and you put a little L-shaped spacer on the back of there, and you do it again, and you keep on going until you've got the keyway to the depth you require. That obviously keeps the brooch nice and straight, stops it flexing, and supports it for its full depth. When you have a set of brooches, you get a set of these as well for all the standard size holes, either imperial or metric. So the next thing is to up to the press and start broaching this out. Bearing in mind this is a 6mm brooch and I need a 1/4 inch keyway. but I can certainly file a few thou off either side of the key wheel to make it do the job.